Hello, this is Bonza, or known as XL, and I'm going to bring up some really interesting stories, and I'm gonna go really, freaking, I'm gonna turn freaking alien all of a freaking sudden. Um, now these stories has been, going through my life. It's just been bothering me for like forever and ever and ever, you know. And not only that, it's been bothering others. And I've heard basically um, a lot of pilots who do air flights and this and that. They tend to run into these unidentified flying objects. You know what I mean? And these objects, they don't understand it. They would bring up a whole sort of excuse like, oh, it's a goddamn freaking flying hamburger. It's a flying UFO. It's a weather balloon and this and that. In reality, they don't move the way they supposed to be moving, unless it's kind of like a secret project that everybody's saying like, oh, the government's doing something pretty secret, like the atom bomb. They kept that like a complete secret. They kept that as secret to a point like we didn't know that something like that is even possible. Maybe UFOs are something that are not even possible. So I have like around four very interesting stories, very four encounters, over the time, and with like family members, and like a family friend too, and it's something that it's very hard to explain, and I just wanted to bring it up because eventually the U.S. government is going to bring it up soon, and they're going to have to explain the whole situation and sort of stuff. So my very first encounter was way back, in my little munchkin days, when I was like pretty damn small. I was a mini me. And I remember I was in a car, and I think I was like 10 years old or something like that. And while I was looking above the sky of like Los Angeles, right next to the U.S. Bank building, there was basically a floating object, and this floating object was super shiny. It was super silver, and it looked very, very, unusual. It was just like floating in one spot. It did not move. It didn't look like a blimp, or didn't look like anything. I mean, like literally nothing. And it was just very, very awkward. It looked like it had a kind of like a silver plate type of thing, and then above it was a kind of a weird, something. It looked really weird in the sky. It didn't look like a plane or anything like that. And I was just visualizing. I was just looking at it. I was like, yo, what the flip is this thing? Like, it was really interesting, and it was during like the day. You know what I mean? Like, I wasn't at the night or nothing like that, and it caught my interest, and I was just only like small, and I don't remember if it just like zipped up into space, or zipped to the right, or zipped to the left, but it just completely vanished. It disappeared. It was no plane whatsoever. And during the time, I didn't tell my like my family members over the time, and I think I probably told them when I was like around probably 25 or something like that. And a lot of these things I've never brought up. Eventually you're gonna see things in the sky, and there are a lot of people out there who are just literally mad hoaxers. Like, they're literally mad hoaxers and this and that. And don't worry, I'm going to bring up some other stories, and I don't know why I tend to see them, but it's freaking weird. there are some hoaxers that pretend, and they say they seen things. They make up a whole sort of a crazy ass alien story, or they bring up like some sort of a like crazy thing that it just doesn't feel right. It doesn't make any sense. On this specific day, on this time, you were working at this time. And it's pretty damn crazy stuff that I'm going to literally bring up. And as you can see, I'm just doing these random games with Hyakushiki. I feel like I've kind of mastered this mobile suit. I finally got this goddamn 650 bad boy, which kicks ass. It kind of got a little bit more thrust. It's got a little bit more kick and damage. It's got a little bit more of a lot of things. Now, what I'm trying to say is, there's something out there. I mean, and throughout the years, it's just been a lot of sightings. Some places in United States, there's just a bunch of people who visually see it. All in the same time. They're trying to, understand, and it throws you off in the laws of physics. And you're gonna have to wait, because I'm going to bring up something at the very end of the video, a close encounter type of shit, and it's very eerie. Okay, now you could say I'm freaking crazy, I'm freaking this, but there are gonna be people who've seen these things in the sky, and they know what I'm freaking talking about. They're gonna be like, this stuff is not too good to know about. It's not good for work. It's not good for this. It's not good for that. And sometimes you just see something there, and you just don't understand. You know what I mean? And it just really blows you away, and you start thinking about it every single day. And well, not every single day, but it just kind of gets over time. And I can say some crazy ass stories that I've been hearing from other people. People have some pretty crazy stories that they've seen some stuff, heard some stuff. Maybe some of them are true, maybe some of them are fake. But for me, on the other hand, it's kind of like a weird, constant type of thing that's just awkwardly been happening. And I just feel like it might have something to do with maybe the launch of onto the moon and Mars, and then the satellites that has been floating around in space with the drones and devices. And sometimes I'm starting to feel like, I don't know, it just, you don't understand it. Now, my second encounter was during the time, I think this was like around 2019. I'm not gonna bring up the city and the location, but if need be, I would. So this time I was with my mother and father. This one time, this was like 2 years ago, and we just got done getting out of a place. I'm not sure what it was, and when we got out of the car, we saw two objects flying in the sky. Two objects, really weird, very awkward objects. I'm not sure if it's a prank, I'm not sure if it's this, I'm not sure if it's that, but these objects, they were lights, and these lights were kind of glowing red and yellow on these objects in the sky. They kind of had a shape of a of, you know, a very thick plate, but with no hood, like no bottom of the plate. They were just floating up and down, side by side. They were moving awkward, very awkward. And we were there watching it for like 5 minutes straight, or 6 minutes, or something like that. I don't remember, 10 minutes. And it was crazy because my mom, she's like, "Oh, go inside the house and get a phone." And I was just like a deer in the headlight. I was like, "No, you go get it." So it's just hilarious because we just witnessed something that we didn't want to miss. You know what I mean? And this literally blew the laws of physics. It destroyed whatever I thought was even possible. These objects, they were not like helicopters. These objects were not oh, how can I say it? You know, freaking floating hot dogs. You know, like they weren't floating hot dogs with some lights on a string in the sky. You know, I'm not sure if it's a thing that goes beyond anything. You know, I'm not sure if it's a complete hoax. You know, I'm not sure if it's a hoax that's worth like $1 billion, a prank, like $1 billion prank. That would be a funny, hilarious prank for everybody, for like thousands and thousands. But you know, if you think about it, it kind of gets tiring if you do that same old prank over and over again. And you know, a lot of these aircraft that we saw right there that were just literally flying, we were just watching it, like literally the three of us. We didn't understand it. We didn't know. We were surprised, and then whoop, whoop, and this was at night too. Yeah, I mean, this was really nighttime, and they just zipped into whatever. I'm not sure if they were using jump drives or hyper drives, or like a wormhole, or some sort of crazy looking sort of thing, you know. It was a very, very interesting sight. You know, it was just like, you know, that was not possible, you know. And things like that, you start to question yourself. And you know, seeing something like that again refreshes your memory. It really refreshes your memory, and you start thinking about, maybe it is possible. You know, there's a possibility that there's a shit like that in the freaking sky, and we can't freaking do two shits about it. You know, our aircraft are literally doing dog fights with these things, and they can't do two things about it. You know, and it freaking blew me away. You know, and this was the time when I was doing like YouTube videos or something like that. I think, I don't remember, but during the time I was just literally doing this game, just relaxing, waiting for this whole freaking pandemic shit to happen. I want to go out and do shit, you know, like a lot of people want to go out and do shit, get rid of these goddamn freaking masks and just get it over with, you know. It kind of gets really, really annoying, you know. And that was kind of a crazy thing. And you know, the thing is when we explain it to other people, people look at us like we're crazy or something like that. Like, did you guys wear your tinfoil hats? You know, I get those sort of freaking jokes and shit. This shit was real. It wasn't fake. It wasn't freaking it wasn't played. It wasn't this. I just wanted to bring it up because eventually the government's gonna bring up this whole freaking scandal that a lot of people have been seeing a lot of this stuff. And not only that, you know, ever since humanity's created aircraft been spotting this stuff. Oh hell, this stuff literally came out way back during the cowboy times too. You know, it came like during Egypt probably, and Aztecs and this and that. And it really surprises me because they say that these things might be drones. It would be possible. If these things would be drones, it'd be possible. But it doesn't give a whole explanation. Is like, these things been seen during World War II. You know what I mean? Like during the most dangerous time of freaking battle and everything. These guys are literally going around in their airplanes, these World War II airplanes, and spotting these really weird objects flying around during combat. You know? And it literally makes you think, was there drones during the time of combat? The only drone that I know, well, kind of a thing, was a Goliath, and that's what the Germans used when they were using that Goliath on enemy tanks, you know, to blow them up and this and that. And we didn't have that sort of technology where it literally flies around in the sky, you know. Man, it must be some goddamn freaking ancient ass goddamn freaking hoax, you know what I mean? And for someone saying that they don't believe, or they they feel like it's a complete hoax, you know, before I didn't believe it, you know, till I saw it and believed it. Before I was just skeptical. I felt like it was probably a weather balloon, but it wasn't. You know, I kept on telling myself, oh, there's nothing real out there. There's nothing like that. And I'm gonna bring up another one. Okay, this was just I think like 2021, this year. As crazy as it sounds, me and my uncle, we were literally outside, and that specific day we were just literally talking about you know, alien stuff. And he was explaining to me that he's seen some pretty crazy things in the sky when he was younger too. And it blew me away, because when we were talking about it, we look above the trees and we see kind of like a boomerang type of shaped object. And this boomerang type of shaped object, I don't know what it was, but it had some sort of camouflage sort of thing, and it was floating above the trees. You know what I mean? And for me and my uncle, we were just like, hey, did you see that? We both were just like, yeah, we both saw something. We both saw something very irregular, you know. Maybe we probably saw like an owl flying, you know, at night. But I know where I live, they don't have owls. You know, I've never seen a single owl my entire life out here. And for me, seeing something so black and pitch black in the sky with a very weird silhouette on it gives me a reason to believe that there is something that is going on. You know, like, I live right next to a NASA base, and what I've heard is that a lot of these objects that fly around, they tend to be, you know, close to bases all the time. They love being close to bases, whatever it is, and they seem to take a liking to these bases, you know. And some say, you know, maybe it has something to do with the water we have on this planet. You know, they go deep dive into an underworld water abyss where we cannot reach, you know. And it's increasing. It really is increasing. There is something out there trying to contact us. And the last thing I'm gonna say is an alien encounter, but I just I don't know how to explain it. You know, it's kind of freaking weird. Um, yeah, and me and my uncle, we were just surprised, and we couldn't record whatever sort of the object it was. It just was there for like 15 seconds, and by the time I pulled out my phone, it just disappeared. You know, like the boomerang object in the sky. No lights, but it had some weird camouflage on it. Like it had some really weird ripple effects to the point that I don't know. I'm starting to feel like the information that the government will be giving out is gonna be probably some freaking false ass goddamn freaking information. You know, they're gonna probably be like, oh, you know, it's a bunch of hoax. You know, it's not true. You know, this and that. You know, it's a whole sort of military prank and this and that. Uh, a lot of this stuff in the art, you know what I mean, in the Bible art, they don't show like pranks or anything like that. In the Bible, they be talking about the gods above, you know, and it really trips me out because I think throughout the whole time that we've been on this planet, they've been trying to communicate with us probably for a very long time. You know, I'm not sure if they're interested in reproduction or, you know, they're gonna take all the women away. Who knows? You know, I'm not sure what they're gonna do. You know what I mean? And the sad part is that it never stops. You be hearing it. You be hearing stories from friends. You just want answers. A lot of people want answers, and you know, a lot of this stuff really affects people. You know what I mean? Like it really takes a toll on them, and they start questioning. You know, is there's something that we don't know about? You know. And another thing is that they've had whatchamacallit, flight type of things, you know, flights encounters, and we have kind of the technology to sort of catch up to it, you know, and apparently, like, the military has been trying to chase after it for, you know, a lot of days, and a lot of the countries are trying to chase after it too. And the weird thing is that other countries don't know what it is either. You know, they are left with no answer. They're lost, you know, or maybe it's probably a secret program. Who knows? But it's just like, it's crazy. When I saw the stuff happening before my eyes, I start to believe things. You know, a lot of people witness a ghost or anything like that. I've never witnessed any sort of ghost phenomena or anything like that, but I think I probably witnessed one. But it's something really minor. It really doesn't matter. But a lot of people witness really weird things, you know, and it kind of is a pain in the ass when there are people who are lying about it. Now, you know, when you see a close encounter, it's worth much more than a Lamborghini, because it's something really priceless that you just cannot, and when I mean you cannot remove out of your mind. You just remember it all the time. You know what I mean? And you know, there's a lot of people who witness a lot of really weird objects, weird artifacts that doesn't make any sense. And you know, apparently they found a watch, like a modern day watch in a tomb. You know, I forgot what sort of tomb. I think it was somewhere in China. But they found a watch, and this watch was aged so freaking long time ago. It looked like a World War II watch or something like that. And in this watch, it just really blew me away, because not only that, they probably had some sort of communication with someone with time travel, or something that that we still haven't found out about, you know. And a lot of these things can change time, you know. And if we learn technology about time, that would be the worst case scenario. You know what I mean? Like if it's time technology, it would be a bad thing in the wrong hands, you know. And time technology could cause wars, it could cause disturbance, it could cause plagues, it could cause pandemics, it can cause, you know, something wrong with the ocean. It can cause a bunch of things, you know, a disturbance, and something that we are not, whatchamacallit, used to. You know what I mean? And when you see things like that that you are absolutely not used to, you just question yourself. You know, is it good to learn about time travel? Is it good to learn about this? You know, like there's like a lot of movies that talk about time travel. It's probably fake. Maybe the whole time travel thing. Maybe it's a whole sort of a hoax. You know, just don't believe everything you see. But what I'm saying to you right now, you have to believe everything I have to say, because the shit that I've seen, it defies the laws of physics. It defies a lot of things. And not only that, witnesses too. You know, having witnesses of this and that. I'm not sure if I bring up this sort of information, I'm not sure if the government would come and ask me questions about the stuff. You know what I mean? Now, one night I was basically high as a kite. I was just pretty high. I was really high this one night, really freaking high. And I was listening to music and this and that. I was relaxing, you know, working, doing things, writing, studying, this and that. And I look outside my window and I see a, like, you know how you stack wood onto a pile, and you would have a wood pile with a big wood things. When I looked outside my window, I saw a white paleback with a very thin arm, and this white paleback was probably two solutions I was thinking in my mind, probably after the effect. Was either someone hired a goddamn freaking anorexic dude who has skin as white as paper, or someone hired a goddamn freaking albino or something like that to just to fucking troll me. And I was just bothered by it. I was so bothered by it that I saw the arm move, but I didn't see its head or its face. I just saw its back, and this was like for 10 to 15 seconds. I was just looking at it, and the arm was just like a goddamn branch, but like a really white branch that had hands that were very claw-like. Its hands were very claw-like. I didn't know what it was, so I decided to go get my sword and head outside. And when I head outside, it wasn't there. But what I did hear something was something saying something. It was speaking gibberish. It was speaking like how can I explain it? It was speaking a language that I didn't understand. It was just a bunch of something really weird. And the air didn't feel like air. It felt like static. And I had something worse than goosebumps. I felt like, I don't know. It was so goddamn freaking trippy. I think I was ready to chop its arm off. I don't know why I wanted to chop its arm off, whatever it was. You know what I mean? I wanted to get a Guinness World Record of the dude who chopped the freaking alien's arm off. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know what the fuck I was thinking. And I got my light from my house, and I basically looked around. I didn't see it anywhere. It was gone, whatever it is. I don't know if it was right next to me, and this was nighttime. This was at night. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not sure if it was right behind me the whole time. I don't know if it knows camouflage. I don't know if it has like some sort of freaking technology that I even like know of, you know? And that shit this shit freaking terrified me. Well, it didn't terrify me. I was willing to fucking whack the fuck out of it. I don't know what the hell it was. And it bothers me. Whatever it was, I probably scared away. Maybe, who knows? Maybe I got freaking probed that night. Who knows? I don't know. Shit was so freaking crazy. I didn't know what it was. You know, it was just something terrifying. Well, it wasn't terrifying. I didn't feel scared, but I just had that sort of thing in the very back of my head. What is it going to do to me if it like jumps me? An alien jumping me, you know? Like, it was something that just blows me away. Yeah, I mean, and I told my sister about it, told like some other family members, and you know, and my sister told me that maybe it really likes me. I'm just like, hell no. Like, when I saw it, like, I saw its back like moving like back and forth, like if it was eating something. You know what I mean? I'm not sure if it was eating a bat. I'm not sure if it was eating something, but all I saw was a white pale back and an arm that was just sticking on the side of like logs at night, and I think it was trying to communicate with me, but I came out pretty damn fucking threatening. But don't know. I hope the government brings out the fucking truth, because I don't know, man. And the crazy thing is that a lot of people, you know what I mean, a lot of people are bringing up stories like that. You know, I'm not the only fucking one. You know what I mean? I'm not tripping out. You know, maybe the whole sort of thing that's going on, maybe they're under a war, or they're under something, or they're just observing us. They're trying to get the knowledge, or they're trying to implant knowledge into our brains, you know? Like, I'm not 100% sure. You know what I mean? I'm not sure what's their whole goal, but it just kind of gets into you, and it seeps into you, and things like that just, you know, it's kind of crazy. You know, there would be dudes who literally go to war, you know, and see things, and they see things that they can never erase. I've seen things that I can't ever erase. You know what I mean? I've seen a really shady ass freaking, like, a film reel that's just so dark, from like the 1940s. It's just too freaking brutal ass shit. You know what I mean? And you know what I mean? Like, a lot of people seen a lot of these things that are flying around. They don't even, like, bring it up. They don't admit it. You know what I mean? They don't say this. They keep things to themselves. You know, because they would be afraid to get caught for things like that. You know, they just don't want to get attacked or whacked by some flat earther conspiracy, where, like, they're gonna come out of nowhere and whip you with their noodles and shit. Like, who knows? But I'm gonna tell you, like, for those people who have seen, like, those objects flying in the sky, I literally believe you. I'm 100% with there's something there. There's something out there watching us, and some sort of freaking insane type of stuff. You know what I mean? You know, maybe they are corrupting human beings. I remember some dude telling me, oh, maybe they're corrupting human beings, and they're making decrease the population, and they're just putting a bunch of nonsense in the humans' brains and this and that. You know what I mean? And in the Bible, they bring up things that are out there, you know, and maybe they're probably not aliens. Maybe they're demons. You know what I mean? Maybe they're demons. You know, they're probably not the way we expect them to be, but what they basically say is you gotta stay away from and shit. Yeah, you know what I mean? And these things that are going around watching us, you have to do everything you can to protect yourself, because, man, this stuff is just really rampant. You know what I mean? And that's about it. See y'all later. Take care. Enjoy your day.